Alright, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Real Talk video. I pray all is well with everybody and that you have had a beautiful, blessed weekend as we give the Most High all the honor, the glory, and all the praise. I got some encouragement for you this morning as the Most High laid this in my spirit. This video going to make some people really feel encouraged, and then this video may piss more people off. Because my title says, what can you do? What can you do? There's so many people in this life, in your family, in your church, on your job, maybe your best friend, your uncle, your cousin, somebody close to you. All they can talk about is what they can't do. They got an excuse for everything that they talk about. Have you ever met somebody, all they do is talk about, I can't do this, man, or I'm broke, or it just wasn't meant for me? They focus so much on what they can't do, they never can see what they can do. I just told a brother the other day, stop talking about what you can't do and start looking at what you can do. If you are a doer of the word of the Most High, and I'm talking to some Christian folks too, if you focus on moving forward, then, especially if you speak and change in your life, you don't have time for the word, I can't. Most people that I know, my brothers and sisters, they defeat themselves before they even try something out. And the majority of the people they hang around is telling them what they can't do. You see it all on Facebook. You see people tweeting. You see people always hanging around the same ones that do what they do. They're not going to go no higher, so they're going to make sure you don't go no higher. But my question is, what can you do? What can you do? Y'all know it's so much that we can be doing on our own in this life. See, I'm talking to the ones now that truly understand the power of the Most High. So many people think that the Most High is supposed to do everything for them, when our Father is looking just to see what you're going to do for yourselves. He have given us the power. And some of us, like PP Drawing say, still don't activate it. Still don't know which system we in. But what can you do? When you focus on what you can do, you forget about what you can't do. That's why broke people continue to hang with broke people and talk about how they can't do nothing. Well, you know, bro, we always been broke, man. It's just been in the family, man. That's just the way it is, bro. We broke. Hey, we ain't gonna never have nothing. No, that's you speaking that in your life. See, I don't serve a broke Savior. The Most High is not broke. If my Heavenly Father owns it all, why in the world would you sit around here talking about I'm broke and hanging around folk that always talking about we're going to be like this forever? That's a sad sight to see. How many of y'all love a change? Change is not always easy. But what's wrong with changing for the best? I was talking to this guy the other day. I've been trying to quit smoking for 10 years, man. I can't quit. I can't lose weight. I can't change. But God know my heart. Worst thing you can say is God know your heart. I can't do this, brother. I can't do that. So I asked him, what can you do? You done beat yourself up so down with I can't that you have no I cans. See, it's very easy to say you can't do something, but how many try? How many try? You know, I gotta kind of laugh at people, man. I know so many people that love to make up excuses, because I get a chance to minister to a lot of people every day, and all I hear is excuses on top of excuses for everything. So I'm talking about losing weight, eating different. I need to walk a little bit. I need to exercise. This one cat I was talking to, he walks with a cane. And he kind of hurt his leg a little bit, but all he talk about is how tired he is, how his leg hurting. The doctor told him he need to start doing a little more exercise and just walk from his house to the end of his street, but he won't even try that. It ain't even a fourth of a mile. But JT, I just don't want to walk, man. I be sitting at the house, I ain't doing nothing. I know I'm overeating, but I need to just walk from here to the stop sign. But my leg gonna start hurting. But this same man, my brothers and sisters, he would get that same cane that he walk on, and he'll go spend 8 hours in the casino and walk around a casino to different slot machines all day and won't complain not one time. He done walk farther than the stop sign in the casino. See, this is why what you getting at with this, JT? Most people say they can't do the things that they need to do, but they say I can to every habit that they have. See, this is the part of the video gonna make you mad. I can't do this, but you can if you really wanted to. I can't lose no weight, but you can keep overeating. I can't do this, I can't walk, but you still gonna find a way to walk and do what you need to do on stuff that you really shouldn't be doing. The habits of a lot of people is killing them. Some fast and some slow. So my question again is really, what can you do other than making up excuses? Let me get a little bit real in this video. You know, a lot of us won't even get no healing because we say things like, I guess God want me to be like this. Don't even believe, don't even have the faith, and walking around here in sickness and health is in just terrible shape because I can't do this. I guess this is the way God have it for me. I don't know why God doing me like this. Stop talking about the Most High is doing stuff to you that you doing to yourself. If you would get up off your sorry butt and go do some things and stop talking about what you can't do. Well, brother, I heard what you saying in the video, but I'm telling you, man, I've been like this a long time. That's what's wrong with you. Maybe it's time for you to stop being what you are and start looking at who you can be. I see people all the time how sick they are. And mostly everybody I know is a diabetic now. They won't change what they eating. They won't diet. They won't exercise. Most diabetics I know are heavy smokers. Won't stop smoking. But steady talking about, brother JT, make sure you pray for my health. For what? You killing yourself. Don't ask me to pray for your health no more, because you're not going to do nothing on your own to try to straighten up your health. So I'm not going to waste no prayer to the Most High for you to ask for you a healing when you killing yourself. Some folk ain't learned how to pray for themselves yet. See, I'm talking about as I as a man have went through a whole lot of stuff in my life, and I know the power of the Most High. That's why I'm talking about this like this. I'm not talking about what I heard. I'm talking about what I have experienced in my own life. And when you activate the power of the Holy Spirit, it's awesome. Many of y'all remember when I went back in the hospital, when they diagnosed me with congested heart failure. Couldn't figure out what happened to me. What was going on in my body? What caused this? Wanted me on 15 to 20 pills a day. Telling me if my heart didn't get better, then the worst things was going to happen to me, and I need to prepare for the worst. That's what I was told. But see, I didn't mope around and cry and talking about why God doing this to me. See, I have the understanding. I also know that things will happen to me when I'm doing right. As Pastor Cochran just said in his last video, his last sermon. Things will happen to you. The worst can happen to you when you living right, because it's a test. It rains on the just as well as the unjust. But I spoke healing in my life. I heard what them doctors were saying, all 12 of them. They brought the big man in, the head man over there, trying to figure out, okay, this brother, what's wrong with him? He's not a drinker. He's not a smoker. He's not an alcoholic. He's not putting X pills and all this stuff in his body. What's going on with this man's heart? They didn't know. But I'm going to tell you about somebody who did know. And I'm not about to dare say the man upstairs. I'm talking about the Most High. Not the man upstairs. I don't know who the man upstairs is. But I'm talking about the healer. I'm talking about the provider. I'm talking about the I am that saw me with my praying and my faith and said, you heal. We always walk around quoting, oh, by his stripes, I'm healed. Most people I know that say that, they still sick as I don't know what. Well, JT, he said in his word, I'm healed by his stripes. And most people that read that don't even catch that. He's talking about your spiritual healing. Cause what good is it for you to be healed physically and you're gonna be jacked up spiritually? That's what I loved about our Savior. He made sure your heart was right. He made sure that you was healed spiritually, where your faith level was at. That could you believe that he could do it? Then all of a sudden you saw physical healing and you saw spiritual healing. Most folk now just want a spiritual. Now let me say that right. Most folks now, they want a physical healing. See, that woman that walked around with that blood issue for 12 years went to probably every doctor she could think of. All they did was took her money. But she said, but if I could just touch the hem of his garment, I know I can be made whole again. That woman had some sure enough faith. Our Savior say, who touched me? It ain't like he didn't know who touched him. He knew who touched him, but the faith that woman had. But for 12 years, a lot of us would have gave up in a half of a month to walk around with a health issue like that. I thought about that woman when I was laying up in the hospital. I said, oh, she can do it. I know I can. I spoke healing on my life. I didn't lay up in that hospital in bed and say, I can't do this. I can't do nothing for my own. I'm going to act like I'm helpless. No, you better ask somebody who came and visit me. And I bounced back all the way. All the way. In 6 months. Went back and got my final tests clear. Whatever happened to me, it was over with. Why don't you say what you can do? Start living it. Speak blessings in your own life. People always told me growing up I couldn't do a lot of things. But when I started living the scriptures, when I looked at this one by Apostle Paul who said, I can do some things. No. And brother said, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. When I looked at that first word, it says, I. It didn't say you or somebody gonna do it for me. It said I. That I let me know that I have to get off my butt and do some things for myself. Because if I have the strength, then I got to be doing something to move forward, to press on. Because I can do all things through JT. No, through Christ. My Father said in his word that things that are impossible to man are possible with the Father. Stop talking about what you can't do and look at what you can do. Look at what you can do. You know it amazes me because if you just really look at a lot of people in this life who are handicapped, but you look at, they never let things stop them. I see people in wheelchairs and different other, different handicaps doing most things they doing more things in their life than the ones who still able to walk and can move around. It's a video with this guy on here, I can't remember his name, but he has no arms and has no legs, and he outdoing everybody because they refuse to give up. And then you got these fools walking around here with all they parts to their body, arms, legs, can talk and see, can hear, and won't even go get a job. Talking about what they can't do. Ain't nobody gonna hire me. I can't go in until that job. I don't want to work there. I can't. You know, Michael Jordan, I believe it was Michael Jordan who said he got He had a famous quote that he said. He said, I can accept failure. But he said, but I can't accept not trying. See, instead of people quitting on a lot of things, they should try harder. Man, I've accomplished so many things in my life, y'all, because of the Most High. And it was lined up in the Most High's will, not the will of my own. I had to get out of myself to see what the Father had in place for me, because I had a will of my own. I'm not afraid to say it. I had a will of my own that didn't have nothing to do with the Most High's plan. And once you leave your will alone, you'll see the Most High's will. But long as you see your will and what you think's supposed to happen in your life, forget about asking the Most High for help. You know why? Because you're going to keep going against the Most High's will. The problem is, too many of us are trying to do things that's not lined up with what the Most High showed us. We keep trying to build up what the Most High has turned down. Some of us are on the wrong job. Once again, hanging with the wrong crowd, talking to the wrong people, going to the wrong places, following others, trying to be people pleasers. But when you truly live set apart, you use the power of the Most High, you see a big difference in your life. Too many people are scared to fail. Remember, Winston Churchill said, success is not final. Failure is not fatal. He say, but it's the courage to continue that counts. But you know what I like to say? It's all faith. Believing in what you cannot see. Activating that faith. Without faith, it's impossible to please the Most High. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and evidence of things not seen. Faith without works is dead. We walk by faith and not by. See, I speak this in my life. We walk by faith and not by sight. When you get up and quote scriptures in your life, I ain't talking about just quoting them, but knowing what they mean and living them. See, there's a difference when you understand versus just reading. When you understand this faith I'm talking about, you separate yourself from everybody. Trying to please everybody, you will be a failure. You will be. But you're going to get knocked down in this life. You're going to get knocked down hard, but the problem is most people stay down. See, it's hard to knock me out because I don't never throw in a towel. Oh yeah, I get hit. I'm just like a boxer that get hit with many blows, but it's very hard to TKO me because you know who I have on my side? The Most High. It's hard for me to get a technical knockout on myself. Somebody knocking me down like that. You're going to get hit. But see, I throw a few jabs of my own. I got a few straight jabs and uppercuts up my sleeve also. But see, if you catch what I'm saying, I'm talking about this devil. See, the devil don't want us to move forward anyway. So you're going to get hit. See, people always look at where you at, what happened to you, I mean. They look at your past, but ain't too many people look at where you at now and congratulate you when they see you moving forward. Just be real, the majority of the people don't even want you to move forward. They don't. See, I done struck out a lot of times in my life. Failed on certain things. But you know why I got to where I'm at now? Because of them strikes that I had struck out with. Those few little hits I kept taking in this life. You know, I'm reminded of Babe Ruth. And not just Babe Ruth, but so many, but Babe Ruth just came to my mind. Everybody always talked about how many home runs Babe Ruth hit. But you didn't hear too many talk about how many times he struck out. He struck out more times than home runs that he hit. My point is, you will fail at some things, but that's how you come on top. Babe Ruth, if I remember correctly, Babe Ruth had 714 home runs when he finished with his career. But Babe Ruth struck out 1,330 times. Y'all catch what I'm saying? Michael Jordan also said he failed over and over and over. That's how he succeeded in his life. Steve Harvey said in order to succeed, you have to be willing to fail. So when you speak, I can't do this, I can't do that in your life, you setting yourself up for failure. Excuses is a setup for failure. Stop standing in your own way and blaming everything on the devil. Most folks can't be successful because they won't even get started. So ask yourself, are you one of the ones who say, I can't, or I can? I tell people all the time, to my piano students on here, the piano was very challenging and still is. Such a challenge to me. I never went to school, not a day in my life, for piano. At all. But see, once you are taught by the Most High, who gonna teach you better? Never went to anybody's school for piano. And what I've learned, I'm so grateful because people are paying thousands and thousands of dollars to learn what I have learned. I'm not bragging. I don't brag in no kind of way. I'm using this for a point. I have people on my page that have went to school and wasted thousands. Thousands. Y'all, the Most High blessed me to be a teacher with the piano and the word. I haven't went to school for neither. The Most High have blessed me with so many gifts that I can't even tell you how grateful I am. And I mean this out of love. I didn't go to college, but y'all know what I did? To these lazy piano players who still listening, I bought I don't know how many books. My library section at home was so big that I started giving out books. I don't know how many DVDs I bought. Instead of walking around crying and complaining, talking about I can't go to college, I can't afford it, I can't get nobody to co-sign it, I started looking at what I could do. What I could do is still buy books. What I could do is hook up with brothers like Jamal Hartwell, sisters like Cassandra O'Neal, look at brothers like P.J. Morgan, Jermaine Griggs, and all these dynamic, Ezra Buford, all these dynamic people out here who have given their heart online. It's no way not to learn now. I wish I would have had what y'all got now on this internet growing up. I didn't have none of this. I had to learn the hard way. So I'm saying that to say this. Once again, look at what you can do. If you can't go to school, what's the reason you still can't learn? I ain't never went to no seminary school or got ordained by no man. But I'm still qualified to spread the word. You know why? The Most High qualifies the caller. And once you are chose, the Most High will give you everything that you need. Problem nowadays is we want to go through man for everything. We believe it got to be mankind's way. But if you don't go through this, then you're not going to be able to, you can't preach unless you got this. Man, you can go online now and get doctor, reverend, or whatever, bishop in front of your name for like $90. But do that make you a bishop? Do that make you a doctor? See, I'm past all of that stuff there, y'all. I look at what I can do. I told that piano, I could learn this piano. Oh, how many nights? How many times did I get frustrated? How many times was I trying to figure out stuff with no help? But it was those nights, people doing me wrong, didn't want to show me nothing, is what got me to where I'm at now with the help of the Most High. See, I look at wrong things as a lesson. Just like I can work on cars. I can learn the piano. I can work on cars. I can exercise. I did drop that weight. I can leave fake friends alone. I can stop going to certain places I didn't need to go. I can leave this woman alone that was bringing me down. Somebody catch that one later on. We don't want to get rid of what we're supposed to be getting rid of, and we sit up and say, I can't. I don't have to fit in. I started saying, I can fit out. I can leave this messed up church even though my family is all over it. I can have money. I can work for myself. I can be healed. I can be delivered. I can, instead of I can't. People that say I can, you hear them use words like, let's do it. Let's try it. It don't hurt to try it. We can check it out to see if it's going to work. If it don't work, hey, man, we can still say we tried it. The verses, though, I can't. Oh, man, it ain't going to work. What y'all doing that for? Man, that's a stupid idea. I told you it wasn't going to work. Get away from them kind of people. Just like with a band will try to see if a certain change is going to work in the song. Or let's try this intro. Let's see if we can end it this way. If it don't work, if it don't fit, hey, we'll try something else. A siren musician go, oh, man, don't worry, it ain't going to work. Let's go ahead and transpose that. Somebody catch that later on. Y'all, how many times you hear people say, it just wasn't for me? I got to go with plan B now. See, let me say something off the wall here, and I'm going to try to wrap this video up. When the Most High give it to you, there is no plan B. See, in my life, I never had a plan B. Because my plan B, C, D, or E is telling my plan A it wasn't going to never work in the first place. My plan A was, once I got past myself, let me say that right, after I started understanding scripture and living for the Most High, getting out of my sinful lifestyle, there wasn't no plan B. My purpose was the Most High's purpose. My plan was the plan that my Father had for me. So for me to say plan B would have messed up my plan A. Well, JT, I hear you, but I got to put all my eggs in one basket. What if that basket got a hole in it? Somebody catch that later. I got to put all my eggs in. Some of us don't even know what we putting our eggs in. But plan A for me, once again, the Most High was my plan A. And if that don't work, then I'm doing something I don't supposed to be doing. Because if I got a plan B outside of the Most High's plan A, then that means my plan B gonna forever be a failure. See, the problem also is most people don't know the difference between success and prosperity. That's why all these foolish prosperity preachers out here, they can't tell you the difference really between being prosperous and successful. Their definition of prosperity is totally different than the Bible. Because all they talk about is material gain. And if you're not talking about your soul prospering, because the main scripture that's overlooked is when the Bible say, what does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? And them prosperity preachers, they read right over that. Now, let me say this, because somebody might take this the wrong way. The Most High never had a problem with us being prosperous, having nice things. The problem is when the nice things start having us. When you become so addicted to your other master. And the Bible says you can't serve two masters. That could be anything. Money, your job, a lot of stuff put before your children. A lot of men love women. That women number came they master. I mean, there's so many masters out here now. You're going to love one and hate the other. And the sad thing is most people is hating the Most High. But our Father never had a problem with us having nice things. But the nice things having us. So as I tie all this in together, what can you do? Are you looking in the mirror saying, I can? Or are you looking back in the mirror saying, I can't? It reminds me of that Nutty Professor movie with Eddie Murphy when he was Professor Clump, and Professor Clump said, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Hello, Jason. He said he could lose that weight, but look at how quick he gave up. He got depressed, kept eating buckets of ice cream, everything. See, I'm being funny with that, but I'm making the point with that also. Start saying, I can. And don't just say it. Mean it. That's my time, my brothers and sisters. I love y'all. Y'all have a wonderful, blessed day. Till the next time, the Most High say the same. I'll see you when I see you. Peace out.